Did you know that approximately 40% of the world population is chronically infected with a parasite called Toxoplasma gondii? And yeah, you may say that this is actually not a big deal because we are surrounded by bacteria, viruses, and parasites all the time. And actually, the majority of all the infections caused by Toxoplasma gondii are asymptomatic, meaning that this parasite doesn't really affect us at all. Or does it? But before we answer that question, let's start from the basics. Parasites, unlike other microorganisms, need different hosts to reproduce and achieve sexual maturity. Those hosts could be arthropods, could be mammals, could live in the ground, or could live in the water. And the way that the parasites move from host to host is arguably clever. But the one that is actually the most interesting way of them all is one that includes manipulation and zombies. Once a parasite infects a host, in this case a cricket, it taps into the neural circuits and manipulates the host, hijacking their ability to make decisions. These parasites achieve that by releasing neurochemicals that alter the way that the host's nervous system works and then causing long-term changes in the way that the parasite behaves. Parasites like Paragordius tricuspidatus, a type of hairworm, when they infect crickets, they induce them to jump into the water to commit suicide, allowing the parasite to reach an aquatic environment that is suitable for its reproduction. But this is just one example of many. Actually, the parasite that we were talking before, the Toxoplasma gondii, has been shown in the lab to produce tyrosine hydroxylase. This enzyme increases the amount of dopamine that is present in the mice's brain. Then these mice that are overflow with dopamine are reckless and acquire a risky behavior and stop fearing cats. And once the cat eats the mice that is infected with Toxoplasma gondii, then the parasite reaches its definitive host, the cats. But wait a minute, didn't we say before that a third of the world population is chronically infected with Toxoplasma gondii? So does that mean that the humans are manipulated as well? Well, the short answer is yes. The long one is that we need more research on that, for sure. However, the manipulation that occurs in humans is quite different. Some studies have shown that people that are infected with Toxoplasma gondii are more likely to be the cause of an accident, showing some type of reckless behavior. Some other studies have shown a correlation between schizophrenia and Toxoplasma gondii infections. So sure, there is some studies that show that there is some type of manipulation. However, we need to understand this more and of course do more studies on that. There are two things that we know for sure. One, that Toxoplasma gondii is associated with schizophrenia in humans in some cases, and that it might be the cause of reckless behavior. Other than that, we don't know because we haven't studied it properly yet. Do we really have free will? Are we taking our own decisions or are we led to take them? We sometimes forget and oftentimes oversimplify the role that other microorganisms that live with us and inside of our bodies play in our decision-making abilities and in who we are. So, are you really hungry or is it the bacteria inside your gut that are hungry? Are you really reckless, outgoing, or is it the parasites in your brain that are making a dopamine imbalance, making you feel that way? Probably not, but it could be. Do you really love your cat, or is it the Toxoplasma gondii inside of you that is making you feel more comfortable with them because in the past it will make you more likely to get exposed to large cats and be eaten by them, thus fulfilling the Toxoplasma gondii life cycle? The answer might be yes. And that's why we need to study parasite from a different perspective so that we could be able to decipher if they are actually influencing us the same way that they influence other animals. Until we do that research, we wouldn't be able to know for sure.